Okay, well, I'm an only child, so I think growing up I didn't have, every single friend I had a sibling, so I think that really impacts someone growing up. Not too deeply, I'm not like, oh my god, I'm an only child, but like to an extent, I think that it affected me in a way. With social skills, I was always like shy growing up, you know? As I got older though, kind of went away. I mean, I'm probably not the first one to go and speak to someone, but if someone speaks to me, you know, I'm not just gonna be like, walk away, you know, not as shy anymore. Just not going up to people, you know, I'm not someone who, if we're in a group of a setting, I'm not the first one to speak. I'm not, if it's me and someone else sitting right next to each other, we could be like in a room alone, I probably won't talk to you first. My dad maybe, but no, yeah, me and my mom are really reserved. Like I said, we're not gonna be the first one. Yeah, just, yeah. What am I supposed to say? Turned his back towards me.
Right, he gave you the way.
Yeah, well,
The way
I could tell he definitely did not want to be bothered.
Perfect.
Hi, how are you? She also did not want to be bothered. Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How you doing?
Good, how about you? What's your favorite book? Oh,
Cannabis.
are you growing? Are you just
Possibly.
into it?
I've got a honeybee farm and looking into the CDC for kids.
Oh, okay, yeah. My boyfriend used to grow actually.
Really?
Yeah, him and his friends used to grow. I actually know a few people that used to grow. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. There's a lot of kids with seizures and stuff, so I want to do it legally.
Yeah.
And especially the honeybees. We're almost out of the honeybees, so I've got organic land that I want to do for the honeybees.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's a
Do you
big
live
thing
over
for the
here?
honeybees, huh?
Do you live over here? Or you?
I'm on the East Coast actually.
Oh,
And then
okay.
in Tennessee, I have a 300-acre farm, and we've started what's called Daddy O's Honey,
Mhm.
and it's going to be USDA certified organic honey.
Wow,
So yeah.
that's really cool.
So yeah,
I don't usually do
stuff
this.
too. And then that's what makes us like.
Because
super, like,
that's what I'm saying about like being lazy. It's like, do I really want to know what you're up to? No. So I don't know where that.
takes a lot of love.
It does, and that's like a thing. I'm like, I don't care a lot about things. So like, I do, but like I don't. Like I'm not really into like strangers, what they're up to. Yeah.
Mhm.
It took a lot of me to care about that. Yeah, and he was really nice, so that made it easier.
I like your penguin.
It's like, yeah, I don't really care what they're up to, mostly. I'm not really interested in,
How come?
I don't know, I'm not that way, like, only if I'm like close with someone, I am interested in what they like, what they're doing, you know, but like to a stranger, I have no interest
Mm-hmm.
in what they're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're doing something cool that looks cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, when you started talking to me about what you're doing, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool, YouTube channel, everything, that's cool. But like, honestly, if you didn't, like, if you were just trying to talk to me about like the book, I probably would have just like trying to end the conversation after you told me what book you know, what that book you told me about.
Yeah.
But then you started like the YouTube everything. I was like, that's pretty cool. I think
Yeah. Thoughts that you're having right now.
I just don't want to because I don't want to bother him. He looks like he's reading something. And he's older. What if you have nothing to talk
And it
about?
creates it's a weird.
Hi, how are you?
good.
Awesome. Engaged.
Am I done?
Those two. We got this.
just don't want to bother.
Look how it's weakening your body. Look how it's weakening.
I just don't want to be a bother. I didn't want to go more. I
But
didn't
you
want to ask
believe in
more.
it. You want to believe in it because the fear is planting thoughts inside of your head. Alright, you got this.
More.
Okay, describe how you're feeling. You're feeling resistance, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to make conversation.
Okay, go more into it. Because this is what everybody goes through. This is not what you go through.
Again, it's just I don't want to have to try and force a conversation. That's like the one thing I don't want to force a conversation. He's looking at fucking dictionary.
Okay, so
Like I was just with a group of people earlier. Now it's like my time. I don't want to talk to, strangers. I guess it's the thing. Strangers. I don't care. I'm lazy. I don't want to force a conversation. I don't want to. I don't know. That's pretty much.
but as you're saying it, doesn't it weaken you a little bit? You kind of feel a little bit like you're going down a little bit as you're saying that. When you're gonna say, you know what, fuck whatever I think. I'm just gonna explore whatever the heck this guy is doing. There's a little bit more funny. It's a little bit more like edgy,
Yeah.
right? So you're almost stifling yourself. You're not allowing yourself to explore, and that's what fear does. It tells you the most rational and most logical thoughts inside of your head and plants that inside of your head, and it will make you believe and identify with it to the point where it becomes your personality. And then over time you recognize, oh shit, that's not really who I was. And after about 20 minutes, or after the next day, you start recognizing, you know what? It was actually easier than I thought it was, but my mind was just messing me up the whole time.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And I think it is pretty easy. He came up to me pretty easy. That's the thing. I don't go up to people. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I don't know.
What I love about Lorena is that she's easily identifiable. Anybody can identify with her. I can identify with her. And a lot of the thought patterns that she's had, I've had. And what happened is that after approaching thousands upon thousands of people, I've recognized, oh shoot, a lot of these thought patterns aren't helping me and are actually false. And that's what happens when we live in this world. We start to believe in things that seem to be true, but over time and through life experience aren't true. It's like being shy. At one instance, you're shy, and then after some life experience, after expressing, after having some friends, you start recognizing, oh, I'm not actually that shy. That's what happens. So it's the same process when you're approaching people. Through trial and error, you start recognizing, oh, a lot of these beliefs about myself that I've identified with, that I thought were to be true, aren't actually true. And this is what we're gonna be getting into. Lorena is an only child, which means that her parents are her main influence. Same with me. My parents were my main influence. They didn't teach me anything about being social. School didn't teach me, friends didn't really teach me, a little bit, but not really. So I had to learn it the hard way. I had to, number one, subscribe to new ideas. I had to subscribe to mentalities, books, mentors that were going to be productive in me being social. And what happens? Productive ideas are truthful ideas. Unproductive ideas are false ideas. So, this is what I want to really ingrain inside of you. Number one, belief reinforcement. So what happens is that as she started going up to people, she felt like she was bothering people. Here's the thing, you only went up to 5 people, and then you automatically assumed that you're bothering people. There was still that one person that you didn't necessarily bother, but now you're assuming that you're bothering everybody. You're not. It's like saying, okay, after 5 experience, I'm gonna automatically assume that I'm shy. That is gonna change the whole trajectory of your social life if you automatically assume that you're shy after 5 experiences. So why are you choosing to believe in that if it's gonna change the whole trajectory of your social life? So that's why we got to be very discerning about the beliefs and the ideas that we choose to identify with. For all we know, the people that you went up to maybe didn't hear you, maybe felt like they were not in the right space for having a conversation. Maybe they didn't know that you had the intent to have a conversation with them. Or maybe they were just uncomfortable with the camera and they're like, what the heck is going on? Cool, whatever. But here's the thing, even though that affected them, that does not excuse you from actually going up to them. Because it takes 5 seconds for you to gauge where a person is at. After those 5 seconds, you can leave if they're not up with it, and you can continue if they are with it. And if they're not up with it, bang, boom, done. Now you leave the conversation, you just let it be. How can that truly be bothering people? Bothering people is when, number one, you're going up to them and you're forcing the conversation, and then you're trying to make it like a 20-minute conversation, and that's what really bothering people is. It's almost like you go up to them and they're giving you all these signs for you to not want to talk to them, and then you still continue going forward, right? So you have to be accepting of the quick, minute rejections that you will get along the way. Now, it doesn't mean not blocking out like all these social cues, but you still have to go up to that person. You can't make an excuse and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna go up to that person because I'm bothering them. You don't know that, so you can't say that, okay? Now, Lorena is a person that likes to conserve her energy. And, you know, for all I've known, I like to conserve my energy too. I wanna save my energy. And what I've realized over time is that conserving and being lazy about my energy actually makes me more tired. That's what it does. And when I actually started being interested in people and started adding more energy into situations, I started recognizing, oh, I'm actually less tired when I'm doing this. That's weird, that's interesting. And what happens is that as you start studying kinesiology, when you're in a state of resistance, you're actually weakening yourself physiologically. If you're in a state of, conservation of energy, so basically you're kind of resisting the moment a little bit, you're actually weakening yourself physiologically. And what happens is that when you're in a state of service or a state of interest or a state of curiosity, a state of compassion for the other person, you actually boost your energy about an extra 10 to the 300th power. And you're like, what? Huh? You actually do. You actually get more energy when you're of service for people, when you're interested in people, compassionate about people. You actually have more energy going about that. So you're thinking to yourself, you're holding on to this lazy mentality, thinking that you're conserving energy so you have more energy later, not recognizing that you're not really getting the result that you want. And this is what happens when we hold on to those false beliefs. And we believe in that because that's what biology told us. That's what chemistry told us. If you conserve energy, then I have more energy. That's what science tells us. That's what the school tells us. But that's not what the case is. Through research and actual practical experience and through intuitively recognizing it, you have more energy when you're more willing to do things that you wouldn't be necessarily doing. Now, I'm not telling you to self-sacrifice yourself and put yourself in a situation that's like victimizing, but self-sacrifice is only bad when you're investing 8 hours of your time, 6 hours of your time, 5 hours of your time. That's when self-sacrifice and having boundaries is necessary. But in your situation, it's just one little approach. It's just one little potential 3-minute approach, and then really being interested in them. So the thing about being interested in people, it actually saves you energy, because number one, as you're interested, you gain more energy, and number one, you can examine character traits, you can examine their personality, you can examine, are they the space for your kindness and your compassion? Are they the space to listen to you? Are they in the space for you to have particular conversations? Are they the space to really be vulnerable and authentic with you? Are they the space to lie to you? Like, you can examine all these different traits. You can examine, are they slightly manipulative right here? Are they slightly narcissistic right here, right? Are they having this weird belief that's messing them up? So you can kind of see how their psychology is going to basically be an evaluation of their character. And as you evaluate their character, you start recognizing, is this person right for me? And a lot of people, they get into bad relationships because they're not able to assess people's character. And in the process of their bad relationship, boom, more sabotage and more sabotage and more sabotage, and lesser energy. So you're thinking that you're conserving energy by being lazy or identifying with being lazy, but you're not. And by not being interested in people, you think you're conserving energy, but you're not. You're just putting yourself in a worse situation to get bad results with people. That's what you're doing. So let go of that belief. That's the thing. So the next thing is, I don't know what to say. I don't know what kind of conversations to have. First of all, it all starts with, how are you? Then maybe point out particular things about them so they know that you're talking to them, because most people, they don't really see that you're talking to them. They just think like they're kind of in themselves, because no one actually goes up to them. No one actually approaches them. So you almost had to give them signs that, hey, I'm actually having a conversation with you right now. So what I do is I say, how are you? Sometimes they don't recognize that. And then I just say something about their book, like, oh, you're interested in the Bible. Oh, you're about the dictionary. Are you trying to teach your two girls about the dictionary and upgrading their vocabulary? Or like, this guy's into computer science and programming. What got you into programming? Boom, 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 boom. And then now what happens is that they start to be able to share. You start energy, you allow the energy to flow, right? So that's what happens when starting a conversation. Very easy. And things that you already have. So those are the 3 things that you guys want to know when first starting to be social. And what I love about Lorena is that she's easily identifiable. We've all had those beliefs. We've all had those questions in ourselves. And it's all about being courageous enough to experiment and practice with this and almost change your whole mindset. But it takes a level of commitment. It takes a level of willingness. It takes a level of, I care about people, because if I care about people, my life gets upgraded. It doesn't mean if I don't care about people, my life gets better, because for some reason people think like, oh, if I don't care about people, I can kind of make my life better. No. Your life actually gets way, way better when you care about people. So, peace out, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. And ask yourself, what do you want to choose? Do you want to choose your old beliefs? Or do you want to be a little bit edgy and choose these new beliefs? Peace out.